Holy shit. Okay, let's get this going.
I don't even need a Senpai's Corner because it's
No.
fucking Dragon Ball fucking Z for the 9th time.
Yeah, it's going to be the last and final episode that we do on this.
On this show.
On the show, yeah, but we're going to do the movies. Like, we
Yeah.
have to do Broly at some point.
Yeah, and Fusion Reborn.
Yeah, exactly. And then eventually Super. But yeah, as far as DBZ goes, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, guys, let me have this for today, please. Let me have it for today. Ready?
Welcome back. Oh, fuck. Jesus Christ. Oh, my God. Okay. Just peeking the fuck out of this microphone, aren't you?
And no more Dragon Ball Z.
All right, well, for our... Shut up, Jordy. For our listeners, you may not see this, but we're blowing into, what are these, fucking party, like, tongue things?
I don't
know.
even. Yeah, that's a good descriptor.
Yeah.
The things that are supposed to honk, but they don't. They just
yeah.
unfurl.
And we got, like, a shit ton of balloons. Fucking Jordy's going all nuts with his party outfit on.
It's the best day of my life.
We spared no expense in
Yeah.
decorating the studio
Yes.
today, as you can see.
Yes.
We've done.
And by we, I mean Jordy.
Yeah.
Because he's the one celebrating.
Yo,
He's got his party shirt on,
it's my day.
party hat on.
It's my day today,
This guy's having the best day of his life.
dude. Because today we're celebrating 9 fucking
Nice.
seasons
Yeah.
of Dragon Ball Z.
Yeah. 9 fucking seasons of Goku screaming.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You have finally reached a milestone.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Yeah,
I'll
this
say.
is actually a
Yeah.
legit milestone.
Yeah,
to
dude.
have finished Dragon Ball Z.
Let me tell you guys, I feel like I've gone through it.
Yeah, dude. You
I
climbed
feel
a
like
mountain.
I've come out the other end of something.
You climbed a mountain, dude.
Yeah.
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 You literally scaled the summit.
Yeah.
It feels like that.
Yeah.
But now, like, anytime I make a Dragon Ball reference, you're gonna get it.
Am I?
Well, I mean, other than Super and Broly, but
Yeah.
yeah, but
For the most
others-
part.
for the most part,
All right.
yeah, but just like the generic ones. Anytime we talk about leveling and like being, Super or whatever.
Sick.
I would say like the majority of like modern media references to Dragon Ball Z are
Are
within
covered now?
your wheelhouse now.
Sick.
You'll get it most of the
Yeah.
time when things are being referential to this.
Yeah,
So what do I get? What's my prize?
Peace.
knowledge.
Peace and
Peace feels fucking good.
peace and
guys.
knowledge.
No. He gets knowledge. He doesn't get peace.
What do you mean?
Because I'm still gonna make you watch shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it won't be
True.
this shit.
Oh my god. Okay, but yes, this is it.
Dragon Ball Z Season 9, the
Season
defeat
9.
Yeah.
of the big bubblegum bastard.
Dude, it's the hypest showdown yet. Except they've all been the hypest showdowns yet. And
Right?
it's just the same as all the
How
other
does
ones.
it keep one-upping itself, right?
It doesn't. That's
Am I
the
right,
thing.
folks?
It doesn't. I'll tell you what's hype. It's the end.
Yeah.
And there's something about endings.
Yeah. Satisfying.
Yeah.
Satisfying, where it's like,
Yeah.
but it's not really the ending.
It's nice. Yeah.
But I would say, like, this does wrap up in a neat little package there
does.
at the
Yeah.
final episode.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah, it does.
You know, things are done.
Yeah.
There's really no loose ends.
Not really.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No. I mean, I know that's not the end.
Right.
No.
That's what I
But
mean.
you're right. As
This-
far as
this
like
is
we
where
think,
yeah.
as far as we assume, we could stop now.
You get that satisfying at the end of this show.
Yeah.
For sure.
Until you realize it actually veers off into two different timelines.
Don't. You're ruining my party.
That's what I do. That's what I'm here for.
Don't ruin my party.
Yo, you ruined anime for me, you dick. I'm gonna ruin your fucking party.
Yeah, bro.
This is an interesting one, dude, because I mean, even amongst the fan base, a lot of people would argue that Dragon Ball had kind of shot its load at this point.
You think it jumped the shark?
Yeah, a lot of people argue after the Cell games were done, the show basically had hit its peak.
I still
And everything
maintain
after
Cell.
that was a scramble and felt like a downhill kind of spiral.
I've said it. I think Cell's the best bad guy.
Yeah.
I think he's scarier than Boo.
Yeah.
Yep.
You know what I mean?
Better than Frieza.
I think he could have been more powerful again as well too, because he absorbs and eats all the heroes and gains their power.
Yeah.
He's the better bad guy.
Yeah,
Frieza's like your Rita Repulsa,
Oh
Right?
my god.
Very much.
Holy
right?
fuck.
Big Rita
but,
energy.
so- but
Big
sounds like
Rita
your Lord
energy.
Zed.
Yeah.
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 You know what I mean?
Okay.
Who's Goldar?
Yeah.
What's that? Who is Goldar?
Who's Goldar?
Mr. Satan.
No, Goldar's definitely Yajirobe.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah. Yeah, maybe.
Everybody always forgets Goldar,
Yeah,
man. He was always there.
He was always there.
Talking like this.
Yeah. Mr. Satan.
Holy
Oh,
shit. Okay, we got it, dude. We got
We
it.
did it.
Oh, my
But you know what?
God.
I will say, like, what I appreciated about Boo was it definitely felt like a combination of Cell and Frieza.
Sure.
And the idea that Boo itself had many incarnations and transformations.
Yeah.
But then there were also absorptions going on
Yeah.
along with that.
For sure.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Which, to me, it kept things interesting.
Yeah.
To me, especially as a kid growing up, Boo felt terrifying. Like obviously not Majin Buu, like fucking bubblegum
bubblegum,
cutie, like
yeah.
he's
Sure.
so adorable. But like, Kid Boo and then Super Boo and all these other forms of Boo were like genuinely like kind of scary. Like
Yeah.
they were the final boss of the anime. They were this combination of the two. They had to pull out all the stops to fucking beat them.
Yeah.
I think they did an appropriate job, like elevating the stakes and the scale
Yeah.
to get to this point. Fucking Vegeta self-destructed after
Yeah.
being Majin. Like, it's in dire straits.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know? So I liked that.
Sure.
I just, like, I don't know if the fights themselves felt as memorable
no.
as some of the fights in the Cell games, as some of the fights against Frieza on Namek.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, like those individual fights I can remember.
Yeah.
I can't remember or they're not as ingrained in my
vivid,
my
yeah.
brain,
Yeah.
these Boo fights.
I mean, the thing is with the show, again, with the power scaling and whatnot, we talked about this a bunch of times, but like the first season was the biggest shit we ever saw.
Yeah.
Planets
Well,
exploding, fucking like mountains crumbling to dust.
Yeah, they're worried about the
Yeah.
Earth surviving.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's before we even meet Frieza. That's Vegeta and fucking
Nappa.
Yeah.
and Nappa. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like,
And that's, I guess that's, yeah, because when we talked about this before in the last few seasons of them, you know, pulling, you know, springing back or pulling back to spring forward again, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's, you know, it is what it is at this point. But I will say, you know, with the Boo saga, it did give us Super Saiyan 3, and having Goku with super long hair was a cool thing to look at as a kid.
yeah.
As a kid, you did like his hair just gets longer because he's just getting more powerful. Like that's
Yeah.
And his
like,
eyebrows are gone.
his eyebrows
so
are gone.
cool.
And then like Gohan, he's just
And he
so
can't
powerful.
lift his neck anymore.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He can't. There's
Yeah.
too many muscles.
So he's always looking down.
Yeah.
You know.
Did you like Vegito? Did you think that was an
oh,
interesting
yeah.
vibe, an interesting introduction?
Sure. Yeah. I guess so. We knew that was going to
Yeah.
happen. You know what I mean?
We knew that was going to happen as soon as we saw Gotenks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. We knew that eventually
For sure.
they had to do with the papas.
And much like Gotenks, Vegito is mostly Vegeta.
Yes.
Yeah.
Whereas Gotenks is
Mostly
mostly
Trunks.
Trunks. Exactly.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Yeah.
Yeah.
But,
I guess-
I think you have to lean into that. Even when they did, not Vegito, Gogeta.
Yeah.
Yeah, right. Like they still always lean into
Spoilers.
Vegeta. Oh yeah, sorry.
You don't know about him.
Sorry,
Eh,
what?
never mind.
Attaboy.
Yeah.
Attaboy.
Sorry, what'd you say?
Good boy.
Yeah, good boy. We're gonna get to that another day. Right. Right. They're always gonna lead into the more badass, like the more
Yeah.
you know.
Dominant personality.
Yeah.
For sure.
Who's going to command a battle? You know, the energy in a battle more.
Yeah. Mhm.
You're seeing them in a fight.
Yeah.
Vegeta's probably going to come out on top there. He's the more aggressive one, right?
Yeah.
For sure. Yeah. I get
So-
you.
Makes
Like
more
even
sense.
like take X-Men for example, right? Like nobody really likes Cyclops,
No.
right? Like,
Jean Grey does.
well,
I mean,
yeah, but Jean Grey's even
If she
confused.
had to choose.
Yeah, she's even confused, right? She's
Yeah.
in love
She
with
does have to
Wolverine.
choose a few times.
Wolverine
If they're
is
both falling
everybody's
off a cliff
fan
and she can
favorite.
only save one,
Yeah, it's gonna be
Scott.
Wolverine.
you're right. It's gonna be Scott.
It's gonna be
She's
Scott.
gonna regret it though. For the
She
rest of her
will.
life.
Exactly.
She will, but
Yeah.
she's gonna let Logan go.
Yeah.
Because
Especially
she
because he
knows-
can heal.
Yeah. Good point. Good point. Yeah.
Yeah.
Scott's fucking
Yeah.
dead.
Actually, that's worse because then he's gonna come back and be like, "You fucking let me drop."
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's so like him though.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's right. Yeah.
And then he's gonna be like, "It's fine."
He's still because he simps hard.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he's
Yeah.
such a simp. But
Yeah.
yeah, he's the more badass.
This is now an
character,
X-Men
right?
podcast.
Yeah.
Welcome.
Hey,
Yeah. Hey.
it's the best day of my life.
Ba-na-na-na-na-na.
I liked Vegito. I was more a Gotenks person myself. There's just something more fun about him and the fusion
Yeah.
dance. And,
He's first. It's kind of fucked up to call them him as opposed to them.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
I always want to say them, even
Yeah.
though it's one person.
yeah.
Yeah.
But when you play as many video games as we have as
Yeah.
that character,
Yeah.
It's him.
It's his own character.
Are there a lot of Dragon Ball Z video games?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
so fucking many, dude.
Dude.
Okay. Crazy.
Yeah.
The only thing that there is more of than episodes, maybe,
What?
is video games.
I watched a lot of episodes.
yeah, dude. There's a lot of video
Nine.
games.
Yeah.
Whole seasons
lot.
worth.
There's a lot. Yeah, there is a
Yeah.
lot. And Dragon Ball Fighters, was
Great
it
game.
Fighters?
Great
Yeah,
game.
this one of the best fighting games out there.
Yeah, they have competitive play now, like
Yeah.
high level paid. You make money off that shit
Yeah,
now.
and it's
Interesting.
super fun to play.
That was
too.
actually like a big part of like growing up, like getting into Dragon Ball was like there was some mystique around the bootleg Japanese video games you would get for like
Okay.
PlayStation 1. My buddy had a modded
Yeah.
PS1.
Yeah.
He got,
those days.
you know, Dragon Ball GT Final Bout. That was how I got introduced to all the crazy shit that happens in that series and all those characters. I didn't even get to watch that show for fucking years and years and years after that.
Yeah.
But I played that fucking video game every day as a kid, and like that, there was that mystique, that unobtainable. Like I
who
can't
are
even
these
read
people?
their.
Yeah.
I don't even know what they're saying.
Yeah.
Their voices are in Japanese. Why do they all sound like this little girl?
Yeah.
You know, but that's just
Yeah.
fucking Masako's voice in Japanese, right? Like,
Yeah.
but anyways,
Fair
you know,
enough.
it was a big part of it was the video games.
Yeah.
So,
Interesting.
Oh man, I like you just threw me back so hard
Yeah,
with the
dude.
modded PS1.
oh yeah.
Oh, dude, burning fucking
Yeah.
CDs after CDs of different video games.
Fuck yeah,
Another
dude.
element of this that I'll never get.
Yeah, because you were only a Super Nintendo player?
64.
Yeah, you played a little 64, but you were
Yeah.
never that big of a gamer though.
No,
And,
never.
yeah.
Absolutely not.
Yeah, explains a lot.
Yeah, it's true.
Yeah, but I'm like a well-adjusted adult.
No,
and,
you're
like,
fucking boring.
have a good grasp on being a human and an adult. Yeah.
Head
Yeah.
permanently up your own ass.
Yes, yeah.
I mean, when you're this good.
Why not?
Yeah, I mean,
When in Rome.
I mean, nothing else is gonna fit up there.
When in Rome, hit the vomitorium.
yeah.
Yeah.
Wait, why are we going there? Let's go!
okay.
All right,
let's
we
go
gotta
this.
get into it. We're skipping all the
Fluff.
fluff
Well,
that
we
we've
don't need to do
touched on a million
fucking-
times before.
yeah.
World, art, music. Art, I'll say, I feel like we peaked early. I
We
feel
did.
like I noticed some progression in the first few seasons. We don't spend a lot of time on it, but I feel like the last couple seasons were all kind of same.
The last 3 or 4 seasons all basically had the same
Animation.
6 to 8 key animators
Yeah.
working on the show.
Yeah.
And they were just going through each episode. Basically, 3 or 4 of them would be handed each episode. They would do their key frames.
Yeah.
In-betweeners would go in, take care of the rest.
Yeah.
Bob's your uncle.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
that's why that's why the identity, I would say, it basically stays the same from Cell on.
Yeah.
The show looks the same.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, well, let's talk about some characters. There's a ton of them, but we've talked about a lot of them before. We'll start by
Yeah.
talking about Boo.
Yeah.
He's the main guy.
My boy Boo.
So we got a bunch of different versions of Boo.
Yes.
We talked about Baby Boo because we spent a lot of time with Baby Boo
Yeah.
in the last season.
Baby.
And in this, he gets like a John Wick storyline. Right?
Yeah, a little bit. He does.
He fully
Yeah,
does,
he
dude.
fully
They
does.
kill his dog.
Yeah.
And he goes bonkers, dude.
bonkers. Yeah.
And
Steaming mad.
Yeah.
so mad, dude.
Yeah.
And also generally disturbing the way he like eats people and like turns people into his house.
Yeah.
We talked about that before too, but like there's a
Last
disturbing
season.
element that you really have to think about to realize how disturbing it is because it's very playful.
Yeah,
in nature.
Yeah, they play, but because they play it off so much.
Yeah.
Right, and it's so ridiculous and kind of out there.
Yeah.
It's really hard for your brain to really even grasp that it's actually happening and what
love
they're
it.
actually doing.
Yeah.
That's why Toriyama's such a master. Like he can weave like fun and whimsy into like really
A house made of corpses.
off-putting.
Yeah.
He does it in all of his series. Because all of his series, like there's, like even Dr. Slump, like it's so goofy and silly and fun all the time. But then all of a sudden it'll just snap.
Yeah.
And he'll just change gears all of
Yeah.
a sudden.
Yeah.
And it'll get dark and fucked up and serious, and then it'll snap right back.
Yeah.
You know what
Yeah.
I mean? And so he's like, I think he's just a master at playing with the two extremes.
Yeah.
So Boo's interesting at how he melds the two.
Yeah. So let's talk about some of the evolutions of Boo. I'm going to tell you what I call them, and you tell me what they're called.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay, so there's
Okay.
like skinny gray Boo. I don't have a good name for him, but he's the first time Boo changes. He
Yeah.
looks
Yeah.
like sickly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I always like I don't know like actually don't know the proper name for that form of Boo. In my
Yeah.
head I always called that dark Boo.
Okay.
Yeah.
I like that. He was kind
Yeah.
of dark and mysterious.
Darker complexion, darker expression, just very
Yeah.
dark. you know.
Sallow, almost, you might say.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, then we can talk about Pink Stone Cold Steve Austin.
Fucking. Yeah, that's super Boo.
Is it? Tough guy Boo?
Tough guy.
Is that what's his outfit on that one?
Shirtless, pants, bald head, Stone Cold Steve Austin.
Yeah,
He cracks his neck. And
Okay,
he's got this,
yeah, yeah,
He's
yeah.
got this head tilt.
Yeah, that's Super Boo.
That's
Yeah.
super Boo.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He was funny. He made me laugh. I immediately saw Stone Cold Steve Austin and laughed.
Yeah.
Okay.
But
so
that's
you-
also like when shit feels like it's getting
Real.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like he feels like a very scary threat at that point. The whimsy and fun is gone.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then the whimsy and fun goes away when he turns into Bib Fortuna from Star Wars. Diwanawanga.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah.
Who's without the teeth?
He's like Genius Boo.
Yeah.
Right? He's like smart
Yep.
versus Tough Guy Boo, who's like an idiot.
Yeah.
And then I think the last one is like Teenage Boo, who looks like just like a pink Krillin.
Yeah, he's Baby Boo.
Kid Boo.
Is it
Kid-
Kid Boo?
Kid Boo.
Okay.
That's
Yeah.
that's known as Kid Boo.
Yeah.
Okay.
Kid Boo's like the one that like most people
Think of?
think of. I think.
Oh, think of Baby Boo.
Well, Kid Boo is like
I think he's more popular.
that's like pure Boo. Like
Yeah.
if you think about it, right? Like you have Majin Buu is like fat Boo.
Yeah.
But then like you strip all of that away, you strip the absorptions away. What's Boo's like perfect form? Like perfect Frieza when he's all smooth and all that, like
He's
you
always
know, his
little.
peak.
Yeah.
Like that's Kid Boo is peak. It is
Okay.
it is the ultimate form of Boo.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah, Toriyama kind of has this thing about like, I feel like with villains, especially with Frieza and Boo, where they get bigger and bigger and bigger, right? Because the power can't, contain itself, so it gets bigger, and then he compresses it all
Yeah.
to make it even more,
Sleek.
Yeah.
sleek. More
After they achieve
refined.
mastery.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Right? It's like the Bruce Lee idea, right?
They streamline the form.
Yeah.
That's it, right? Like Bruce Lee could take down fucking Chuck Norris. Why? He
One-inch
wasn't
punch,
he
bro.
wasn't bigger.
Is the
No.
one-inch
He wasn't
punch.
he didn't have more
Yeah.
muscle.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? He had mastered his art. He didn't need to be bigger.
Yeah.
That's the same idea.
Yeah.
In the Cell Saga, when they get all fucking jacked.
Yeah.
But they're too slow.
Yeah.
And
It's
then
true.
Frieza handles them. What do they have to do? They have to figure something out. And what do you end up with at the very end of the show? Super Saiyan 3.
Yeah.
With even though longer hair is
less
not
muscles.
super jacked.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, it's like it's the same idea just
Yeah.
in Goku, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Wait until you see like Goku God form. Red
Yeah.
hair.
What?
Yeah.
Good lord.
Well, you can imagine it now.
Yeah. I don't need to see it. Cool. We're good then, right? Okay, sweet. One thing I noticed that's different from Cell 2 is like the absorptions of the people he eats
Yeah.
seem to like muddle him up. Like, yeah, he gets strength, but it like confuses the strength. Whereas like Cell was just like getting stronger and stronger and stronger the more he was eating people. For sometimes when Boo eats someone, it's like, oh, I have like indigestion and now I'm all fucked up or something. You know what I mean? Like it would,
Yeah.
it would mess with
Sometimes
him.
they're fighting inside of them.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
Right?
exactly.
They're trying to get out.
Yeah. Whereas in Cell, it's like no, it's like they're in there now.
So,
Yeah.
so this is my theory around this. Like, I mean, I don't know if Toriyama's ever like kind of talked about this in any interview, or anything like that. But Cell is an android, technically, right?
I guess that's true.
Right. So he's programmed already, right? Where Boo
Is he an android? Or is he like, I can't remember.
I'm pretty sure he's an android.
Android or organism? I don't know. Maybe.
Can't remember.
Well, isn't an android a little bit of both? Isn't that the whole idea of an
Yeah,
android?
there's a little bit of computer, a little bit of flesh.
Yeah, a little bit of
Right.
organism.
And so because of that, everything's already kind of pre-programmed for him, right? So he doesn't have to struggle. Where Boo is like an actual like organic monster who's now absorbing people and having to also deal with their consciousness,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
So which I think makes sense.
Yeah, I believe that.
Yeah.
I get you. Good job, Mikey.
Yeah. Thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah. Fuck you.
Where was that insight when we wrote our anime together?
Yo, that was just fuck. I don't even know.
Yeah. Fuck, I don't even know.
Yeah.
All right. Let's move on and talk about, again, there's so many characters. We're not going to touch on them all. I noticed an interesting thing about Goten in this episode before he joins and becomes Gotenks with Trunks is that he got like a minute of growth where he like became like a super respectable character when his mom died. And he's like, yo, it's time. And he becomes this like little driven, focused character who just trains hard as fuck until Fusion. And then right after Fusion, back to normal. He's like, okay, well, we did it. Back to being me now.
Little baby boy.
Little baby boy.
Yeah.
But that tracks though, right? Like,
Yeah.
I mean, for a little kid who's like, all of a sudden trauma happens. My
Yeah.
mom died.
Yeah.
I need to focus on my anger.
Yeah.
But I'm still a kid at the end of the day.
Yeah.
Right. So now that I don't have that in my mind anymore, I'm going to
Yeah.
go back to being a kid.
What I liked is how easily they could have had him behave more or less a carbon copy of Gohan.
Yeah.
And just cried and fucking been like a baby.
Yeah.
And just like whined. It's just rattling.
Oh.
I can just hear it in my one ear. But like they could have just made him, just screamy little crying. I fucking hate you, Jordy. I want to fucking choke you, dude.
Yeah.
They could have fallen in that trap.
No, they
and-
gave him a unique response to that
Yeah,
situation.
he's a different.
yeah.
Even though character design wise, they couldn't give a fuck.
No. This
Did I
show's
ever-
fucked for that.
Yeah.
We've watched a lot of shows lately that are bad shows, but that's one thing they try really hard to do.
Yeah.
This show makes a lot of characters look the same.
Did I ever tell you guys about that meme I saw on the net about K-pop boys?
But why?
Because it was a picture and it was like K-pop, but it was all like the characters from DBZ, like so, but all of Goku,
Yeah.
like Gohan, Goku.
But it's a K-pop band?
But it's a K-pop band.
Yeah, that tracks.
Yeah, I can see it.
There's a through line,
Yeah.
but they each have their own unique personality.
Yeah.
Yeah. That would be a sick K-pop band.
of just Goku.
Yeah.
No, that would not be a good K-pop band.
Goku, Gohan, Goten,
Yeah.
Gotenks,
Yeah.
Vegito.
Yeah. Yeah, that would be sick. Who's your bias?
Rose.
You know what though?
Goku Rose.
It's a funny thing they did it just with Goku though, because Trunks is an interesting combination of his parents.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? They didn't just do
You're
mini
right.
Vegeta.
They gave him bulbous
Yeah.
hair.
Yeah.
And then Vegeta's
Well,
everything
I
else.
mean,
Well, no, his face is different.
Okay, yeah, sure, fair enough.
I think Trunks is the most well-written character out of all of them. Trunks and
Yeah,
Vegeta,
I like
anyway.
Trunks.
Yeah.
I would have liked to have seen, and I'm sure I will, thank you to you guys, but I would like to see more of like grown-up time traveling Trunks.
Yep,
Yeah.
you will.
Yeah.
You
Sure will.
You sure will.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Because like little kid Trunks is annoying as hell.
Oh,
Yeah, he's a little
Yeah.
fucking brat.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's
Yeah.
what he is.
They don't write likable kids.
yeah.
the show.
That's why I like Gotenks because like at least he can fucking kind of back it up. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
Yeah.
He's got some power. He's not
sure.
just this little.
Yeah,
Yes.
but that's the thing about kids, man. They are little brats. They're little rugrats,
Yeah.
right? That's what
But they're
they
still
do.
annoying.
Yeah, and that's
right.
half the fun about
Well,
them.
and even Gotenks, who can back it up, is still cocky as hell, and you fucking are annoyed by him.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Yeah.
Yeah.
yeah,
And that's the thing too with the show. You touched on it a little bit with the like tragedy of kids. We don't have to spend a lot of time on it, but even though I fucking am annoyed by them continuously when their like moms die and they're upset about it, I have a little minute.
yeah,
You know what I mean? And I have to go
course.
cry in my car
Yeah.
to some Taylor Swift songs or something.
But no, like that's further to the point of what you said about how like Toriyama kind of switches back and forth.
Yeah.
Right. But I feel like it's all like two sides of the same coin, right? Because we have this whole thing where like when we see something really cute, you know, we just immediately go to violence, like we want to pop its fucking eyes out because it's so fucking cute.
Everybody does that.
Right? Or
Not
like,
everybody
like,
does
you
that,
wanna
Mikey.
just break it, right?
No,
Right?
that's
Like,
not everybody's
that's
reaction.
not true. You fucking, when you have a little baby, you want to put those feet in your mouth and want to bite them off.
I've never wanted to do that.
But yes.
Does Eva still have her feet?
Yeah. All 10 toes.
So she
Yeah.
wasn't that cute then.
She was cute as fucking hell, bro. She was cute as hell, my dude.
You know, I think Eva's the cutest fucking kid on planet Earth.
I know. But you know,
I had to make that joke.
Yeah.
But regardless, it's the same. It's those two extremes, right? But
Yeah.
they just, because they're just so extreme, they just kind of are the same thing in a weird way.
I respect the choice to pepper in the realness every now and then because, like, you just killed that kid's mom. You can't pretend that's not going to affect him.
Yeah.
Whereas other directors who are trying to write a different show would gloss over that for the sake of the vibe. Whereas he's like, no, we got to take a second and
Yeah.
deal with this for a minute, and then
Yeah.
we'll move on.
Not
So
that it
I
really
appreciate
matters. Yeah, because everybody.
No, because death isn't real.
Death isn't real.
Yeah. Okay, let's talk about Vegito, who's the other like big character in this season because he's brand new. He's got epic triumphant theme music when he arrives. It's sick, and his muscles look fucking stupid as hell. They're all like square and blocky, like he's a character from the Lego Movie or something.
I think that was just to make him look bigger.
Yeah, they got to
Yeah.
make him look strong and whatever,
Yeah.
but it was off-putting to me. Something about it. And then again, I mentioned this before, but he's like mostly just Vegeta in his character.
Yeah, very cocky.
Yeah.
Yeah, very
Yeah.
overconfident.
I'd be interested to see a fusion character who isn't, because so far all the ones we've seen are.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
kind of
Yeah.
just inherent.
Yeah. As soon as you fuse, you just, because you fused and
You know you're stronger than everybody else.
stronger than everybody else.
Yeah,
Yeah. You can probably feel it
Yeah.
yeah,
down in your plums.
yeah, yeah. Like me, I'm like, damn, I'm so fucking good. I'm the best part of this show. Maybe I fused with like another version of me.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Are
yeah.
you are you rocking some sick Potara earrings?
What's that?
The
Oh yeah.
Potara earrings?
Yeah. I forgot
Yeah.
the names of them. No, I don't need those.
Oh,
I'm
so
pretty
you do
cool
the
without-
fusion dance?
I'm pretty cool without them. Yeah.
So you do the fusion dance?
Yeah.
I wouldn't do I would use the earrings.
Yeah.
Lame.
I always preferred the fusion dance transformation just because I like that vest.
And you can
Actually,
like come
that's
back
true.
from it
I
too.
like that
That is
vest.
true. I do really like that vest.
That puffy vest that
Yeah.
Gotenks wears.
Oh, you only
You
get
know?
that from
Yeah.
the dance?
That's the dance one, and then in Potara, you end up with like basically like a gi combination of.
yeah.
okay.
It's
Of the
just the
two.
reverse, right? It's instead of orange, it's blue, and then the shirt underneath is orange.
Okay.
Yeah.
I didn't realize the outfit was inherent to the method of
Yeah,
fusion.
you'll learn
Yeah.
that.
Oh, that's part
You'll
of it.
learn that.
Yeah.
I feel like they didn't need to be part of it.
There's reasoning for it.
Okay.
Basically, long story short, the technique that was taught to them,
Yeah.
or those techniques that were taught to them, the clothing that they end up transforming into,
Is by the person who taught it to them.
it's the cult like the cultural clothing of the race of people who taught them
Okay.
that technique. So the fusion dance
Yeah.
was taught to them by a race of people whose traditional garment
Yeah.
was like that vest and the puffy pants.
Okay. That's so
Yeah.
funny. They built their traditional garments into the results of their traditional dance.
It's called world building, Jordy.
Yeah. Okay.
You're
Actually, universe building.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Universe.
Interesting.
Bigger.
Interesting.
Yeah. Multiverse.
I like the thought. I like the thought process when they're like, "Yeah, it's party time in the multiverse." There's like a million versions of us partying so hard right now.
Oh, dude, so hard.
They're all done with Dragon Ball Z,
hard as rocks,
except for that
dude.
one universe
that just never did it.
that has to watch it forever in perpetuity.
The lucky universe.
Yeah,
Yeah. I want to live there.
and I'm like the shitty sad gray boo because I've just been forced
That's what
to
Jordy
watch it.
turns into.
Yeah.
Yeah. Where we just go through the whole season.
Yeah.
And then or this whole series, and then we go back and do episode by episode.
Oh my!
And break down
God.
each frame by frame.
That would be a good podcast, but no thanks.
Actually, there is a podcast
Oh, okay, sick. Okay,
already.
yeah.
You'll love it, Jordy.
No, never.
You'll
I don't-
love it.
I lived it. I lived it.
And for a very short time.
Yeah. All right. Do we want to get into the plot? Are there any other characters that you guys can think of that are worth spending some time on outside of plot as we go through it?
No, not really.
Those are the big guys.
I mean, yeah, we can get to, I guess, the only one floating in my head we can get to at the very, 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 very end.
sure. Okay.
You know what I'm talking about.
Well, it's been a while
Yeah.
since I've watched this, so forgive me
Scroll
if I
to the
miss. or
bottom of
forget.
your notes.
Oh my god.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Oh yeah.
I think I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, I think you do. Anyways, we'll get there.
Oh my god.
You guys have to watch to the end of this
Yeah.
fucking episode now to know. Who
I
we're
know.
talking
I
about.
do know who you're talking about.
I mean,
I think anyhow. I
if
assume.
you've seen the fucking series, you know who we're talking about.
Okay, let's get going. Ready?
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay. So
You're very good at mimicking the sound it's supposed to make.
Really?
Yeah. Like really good, dude.
Okay.
Like I would have probably thought mine was fucked up and broken if I had just heard you do that.
Sick.
Yeah.
If anybody ever needs like a Foley artist,
Yeah, there
Jordy's
you go.
got you.
okay. So
But just for that sound.
yeah.
we jump. Yeah. Hey. There's a future.
Hope there's a party scene,
Yeah.
a poorly budgeted party scene
and you
in
can't
your movie.
No, because you have to pay me as opposed to just paying for the real versions of these. The extra dollar
but
that
the
it
party
costs.
itself is poorly budgeted.
Yeah.
Hence the existence of these at the party.
Oh yeah. So we got the shitty ones. Damn.
At least they make the noise.
We got to pay for the guy who does it good.
Ready? At least they make the noise. Right?
Oh
Very
my
good.
God.
Sick. All right. So we're plopped back in right where we left off last season. Trunks and Goten are taking a break from their training. Gohan is training with the pervy old Supreme Kai in their like secret and supposedly safe Kai land. And again, the deal was I'll train you in this, but like I get to cop a feel on Bulma.
Yeah.
The deal they've made without Bulma, by the way.
Yeah, love that. Love that.
Yeah. I mean, hey, man, whatever to save the world, right? We also are reminded that a dog died, and that's sad. We don't like that. And I'm like, you know, I guess what a better way to end a season and then start your next season than having to watch a dog die again. The hunters that killed it end up getting like fucked up by Mr. Satan before Boo can even step in. I think that's partly because he's mad and partly because he's like, I can't let this guy explode on you because that's the end of the planet.
Yeah.
Exactly.
And
Damage
then
control.
Literally.
yeah. And then in a surprise twist, Boo actually heals the dog because death's not real.
Yes.
That's right.
And after this, basically, like Boo and Satan start playing house. They have this like lovely, like I don't even know what the fuck their deal is.
It's like a little sitcom they got going. there.
Yeah, a little buddy comedy.
Yeah.
Is
And
it
they're
just me? Do I feel like we've already went over this stuff in the last
well because they were
episode?
playing house before.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Then the dog died, and then they continue to play house.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The difference being now their house is shaped like a dog,
Yeah.
still made of corpses.
Yeah.
Shaped like a dog. The hunters, though, are still, I guess, hanging around watching.
Yeah.
And Mr. Satan ends up taking a bullet for Boo, which is a bold move for Mr. Satan, who wants Boo dead.
Dead.
Yeah.
It's the reason he's playing house in the first place. And then again, because death's not real, he also gets healed by Boo. At this point, Boo's had too much. It wasn't the dog. It was Mr. Satan taking a bullet that really got him going. So he starts hulking up, and he turns into Skinny Gray Boo.
Yeah.
And then we realize he actually didn't turn into Skinny Gray Boo. It's a second one.
That's right.
It's pure evil Boo. So he ends up like, I don't even know, severing the evil from himself.
That's right.
Yeah,
and
exactly.
maintaining his pure innocence.
That's right.
Yeah.
right.
Yes.
But his pure innocent self is also still evil. You know what I mean?
Well, he's not evil technically.
he still wants to murder.
It's okay. I guess because it's hard because we know what happens to him and we know
Yeah,
how
yeah,
he
yeah.
is later.
Yeah.
But he's just more of like a kid.
Yeah.
He's just mischievous.
Sure, you're
and
right.
he
Evil's
wants
not
to-
the term.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and he just needs to learn to do better.
Yeah.
He's confused.
He's still angry.
Yeah.
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 Even though all the evil is out of him. Okay, so now we got our first Boo versus Boo.
Yes.
And our original baby Boo gets turned to chocolate and eaten by Gray Boo. So I guess they're back together now. But because the one ate the other, instead of just turning back into the form they were before when they were together, now they're turning into a different form.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's like they didn't fuse. One is just using the other one like as an equip spell.
Yeah.
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 Okay, cool. So now we get muscly pink Stone Cold Steve Austin Boo.
Yes.
Yes.
And he's mad and he like pours himself, turns to liquid and pours himself onto the other hunter who then explodes. And he goes to kill Satan because he's on a rampage and he's not that Boo that loves Satan, but he
right.
like hesitates for a second and like has like remember his buddy. And then Mr. Satan says some stupid shit and ends up like he goes after him anyways.
Oh no, Boo!
Yeah.
Come back!
So Stone Cold Steve Austin Boo shows up at the floating palace thing where everyone is hanging and training or whatever, or taking a break from training. And he fucking, as a show of force, murders every remaining Earthling in one fell swoop. All of them.
You got to admit, like stakes
Yeah.
raised.
Might I
Yeah.
add, though, that it was kind of Piccolo's idea. Piccolo kind of told him because he's stalling. while Gohan and Trunks train in the chamber.
I mean, but that's the thing,
So
right?
Piccolo's like, why don't you just, take it out on the rest of humanity?
Yeah,
And he's like, okay, yeah.
because
I'll
he
do that.
knows that like they're gonna come back. They're gonna wish them all back.
Well, and
That's
he knows,
not real.
and he
That's
knows if
not real.
Gohan and Trunks can't get to the place where they need to defeat him, then that's gonna happen to humanity anyways. So it's like, and plus death's not real, like you said.
Yeah.
So it's like a sacrifice is easy to make. Meanwhile, Boo just wants to fight Gotenks. He's like, I just want to fight your strongest guy. That's all I want. He's being very Goku about it, but angrier. He turns Chi-Chi into an egg and then stomps on it right in front of Goten, which was like, my moment in my car with Taylor Swift crying.
Yep.
I'll send you guys that song if you want to have a little cry too.
I don't know about you.
No, it's not that one.
Feeling 22.
No, it's not that one.
No?
No.
Okay.
It's a different one.
Just so you guess.
oh god.
Okay, but then obviously I remember, oh yeah, it's Dragon Ball, which means nobody's ever actually dead. Thanks for the reminder, Piccolo, because Piccolo's just like, don't stress.
It's all good.
We got
all
Dragon
good,
Balls.
yeah.
And I'm like, okay, then we'll just stop watching the show, I guess, because it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Okay, finally, Gotenks arrives and Boo gets to fight Gotenks, but they're in the hyperbaric chamber, which is very convenient because then their powers don't blow up the universe because we're in a pocket dimension. It's contained, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Although that being said, later we're back on Earth and all these people are still fighting, and it's still not a problem. No planets blow up, like in season 2 when they did.
Yep.
And nobody fused.
Plot armor, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You got to keep it all together.
I would call it holes
Well, we talked about
as opposed
this.
to armor. I know we did
Pulling
many times.
back.
But what does armor cover?
What's that?
What does armor cover?
Yeah.
Unless there's holes in your armor.
No, what does
And then,
armor cover?
and then I can come in and just
it covers the soft spots.
Yes.
Yeah,
It's
okay.
called chinks in your armor.
Whoa, Mikey. It's 2023, man. But you're not wrong.
Yeah.
That is what it's called.
Okay.
And also, I'm the only one that could say that.
Okay, so
Yeah.
we have
Very true.
we have holes in the armor. Okay, so Gotenks is a dickhead kid. We already established that. And at first, his attacks are zero effective. Nothing's
Yeah.
working at all, which is ridiculous. But according to them, it's all part of the plan because then Gotenks is like, haha, we were just fooling around. We're Super Saiyan now.
Yeah.
So Super Saiyan fusion is the first time we've seen this.
Yes.
I guess it's supposed to be a big deal.
Yes.
Except also obviously,
Yes.
right?
Yeah, they
Like
can
the
they
whole
can
show.
they can each go Super Saiyan individually. Why
Yeah.
wouldn't Gotenks be able to?
I don't know. Okay, so I'm vaguely remembering this note that says Ghost Gotenks spitting sperms.
Yeah. Yeah, so that's the Super Ghost
Yeah,
Kamikaze
that's-
attack.
yeah.
It's a move, right?
Yeah.
He
Yeah.
turns into a
Move.
ghost as part of the move.
Yeah.
He
just-
basically spews out what look kind of like sperms
Yeah.
that then turn into ghost
ghost
versions of
of
himself.
him.
Yeah, okay.
And they self-destruct.
Yeah.
Okay.
They're like little bombs,
right.
like homing bombs.
Okay.
Yeah.
Homing missiles.
But they also mirror his behaviors and his
Yeah.
like
They're
you
little
know,
little sperm
yeah, they're like,
dickheads.
like
Yeah.
sticking out
Yeah.
their tongue and
Yeah.
shit at him.
Yeah, that's one of my favorite moves, man. It's so funny.
Yeah. That and the Galactic Donut.
The Galactic Donut was also funny.
Galactic
Pretty
Donut's
funny.
fucking sick, yeah.
Obviously, a child would come up with like,
Yeah, dude.
donuts and sperm.
That's why I like it.
Yeah.
Ghosts and donuts,
Yeah.
man. That's fucking awesome. That's why literally Gotenks like top 3 Dragon Ball characters for me.
Oh my god!
Also
Yeah.
super fun to play in Dragon Ball Fighters.
Do you get
Amazing.
Do you get to use the ghost sperm?
Absolutely,
Yeah,
dude.
you
And
do.
yeah, dude.
Nice.
And Galactic Donut. Yeah.
Yeah, it's so good.
Okay, so the ghost sperms are hitting Boo and he's melting and he's all fucked up. But then, like 1 second later, he's like lounging, lying down, and reading a book and sipping a drink because he's also a snarky asshole.
Yeah.
Okay, so Gotenks is actually like weirdly tricking Piccolo. They're like doing he whatever are doing a thing where they're like pretending to be tapped out of energy, and Piccolo like busts the portal, and that we're all back home. And then like literally 1 minute later, Boo just like makes another one. So like that was pointless completely.
Yeah.
Great.
It just makes it just is supposed to show how powerful he is.
Yeah, I
really.
need
Make things feel like more make things feel more like dire. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? Yeah.
They take a second to like tear down what they built, and then they're like, "But we got it. We're going
Yeah.
back there."
Exactly.
Okay, so we head back to outside of the portal, and he's threatening all our crew. Like Marin and the kids are crying, which again, I'm in my car also crying. Krillin gets turned to chocolate and eaten,
Yeah.
and then right afterwards, everyone else gets turned to chocolate. So all that's left, I think, is Gotenks, Piccolo still,
Piccolo, Gotenks, and
Boo,
yeah.
and that's it.
Also, just want to say I think that's Krillin's 4th death.
Yeah.
or 5th.
Yeah.
I'm not sure.
Yeah.
Still.
So funny because really early on they're like, "Oh no,
No,
we already
they-
brought
I
you
think-
back once. That's
Yeah.
it for you."
Yeah.
No, I think it's his 4th.
Okay.
I think it's his 4th.
Love that for him.
Yeah. Big Krillin energy to die 4 times.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah.
But to keep coming back.
Yeah. Amazing.
Well, I saw this another meme on the internet. I spent too much time on the
I love
internet.
it. Yeah.
That, like when the
Brain exploding one?
no, not the brain exploding one. It
That
was
was a
like
good one.
there's one where it's like, what's that dude who built the androids? It's his face, and it's the brain.
Dr.
Dr.
Giro.
Yeah,
This
Giro.
one- this I just said the brain exploding one.
Oh, I did. I thought you were talking about something else.
We're talking about the same one.
Yeah.
Yeah, we are talking about the same
He
one.
just said no so he could tell it.
No. I was thinking of something completely different. I didn't think he was talking about that one.
Yeah,
Yes,
yeah,
and it was.
yeah.
Yeah. And then it's just
Built
like
the androids, then
Yeah.
it's Goku.
then it's Goku. I killed
Defeated the
the
androids.
and then Krillin. He's like, well, ...
Yeah.
And then the brain's just like, because we all know what Krillin did.
Yeah.
He died 4 times.
But got that.
He got that.
He got that, you know.
Yeah.
That poom poom.
Got that baby made.
That android poom poom.
It's probably so dry in there. Okay, so
I don't know, man.
Maybe he's got a vibrate setting or something cool.
well, I
like
mean,
that.
robots need to be lubricated.
Yes.
all those
right?
gears,
There's oils,
and-
right?
Yeah.
hydraulic fluid.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah.
Love it.
Yeah.
Good
Love
point.
it.
It's probably not dry in there at all. Okay, so Gohan. Meanwhile, Gohan's been powering up with like the old pervert Kai for a while, and I'm like, "Are they done already or whatever?" And he's like, "Yeah, we're done." And Gohan's okay. Well, like, how do I tap into it? And he's like, "Oh, just scream and go super like you always do." After all that training, that's still the mechanism.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I don't even think you're trying at this point to make it interesting. You're just,
I mean,
Wait,
it's a crude way of them saying like you have to get angry.
yeah.
Yeah. But they don't explain that
But, like-
here, right? They explain that a little later
What?
about them getting angry.
Well, that
is
was
the way
earlier. We learned earlier
Oh,
that
yeah,
that
yeah.
Gohan's power is like when he
Linked
gets
to his
mad,
rage.
he powers up. But
Yeah.
it's just funny that he like sits with this old pervert, literally just sits on the ground with him for a while,
Mm-hmm.
and then he's like, "Oh, we're done." He's like, "Okay, cool. How do I use it?" Just the way you always do.
Yeah.
That's how they wrote that. It made me laugh. Okay, so Goten and Trunks fusion time is done because again, there's a time limit. I think we established that last season. Meanwhile,
Yeah.
Boo's having like a nap because he's an asshole. Gohan shows up in Goku's outfit, which is kind of badass, kind of
Yep.
cool. And he destroys Boo like immediately, but like obviously just for now.
This is also like a heightened version of Gohan.
Yeah.
that we're seeing here. Like this is, we haven't seen him be like a real threat and like a real powerhouse since the Cell games.
since
Yeah.
pre what was his fucking stupid superhero name?
Great Saiyaman.
Great Saiyaman.
That's what I mean.
Yeah.
But
This
like,
is
yeah,
him finally back, kind of unleashed.
yeah.
This
well,
is-
the stakes are higher,
yeah.
as you would say.
This is where we see him so powerful his hair doesn't go yellow.
Okay.
Basically, he doesn't have to go Super Saiyan anymore.
Yeah.
To be as powerful as one.
He's just got natural power levels
He's
that high.
he's
Yeah.
settled at that. Yeah.
Okay, so now the team that's left, here's where I have the notes. Okay, so Piccolo, Gohan, Goten, Trunks, Dende is still around, and
Fuck
Mr.
yeah,
Satan,
Dende.
and they're all hanging together now.
Dende's older. It looks a little older now
Yeah,
too.
yeah. He's like
grown
teenage
up.
Dende.
Yeah, exactly.
So they're all hanging out. Boo is now on the attack. He's sending out like globs of himself, and he absorbs Gotenks and Piccolo. Wait, Gotenks? Did they fuse again? I don't remember. Doesn't matter.
No, they.
He absorbs them before they defuse because
They defuse in him.
I think so. Yeah, because
Okay.
when he absorbs them, he actually gets the vest.
Yeah, and the
Briefly.
sperm powers and
Yeah,
Piccolo's moves.
exactly.
And now he looks like a hot dog.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's right.
yeah,
Yeah.
A lot longer wiener head going.
And he's
on.
like super smug. He's got like Fraser Crane energy.
yeah. It's kind of like Gotenks' confidence now
Yeah.
on top of the confidence he already
Okay.
had.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm just so curious right now if like any of our listeners who are younger like understand
The
some of
Fraser
those-
Crane?
Yeah, some of those references.
Yeah, Frasier's back on TV.
Yeah, he's a big deal again.
They brought it back.
like actually.
Yeah, Frasier is back on TV again.
Yeah.
they,
Holy shit.
they rebooted Frasier.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Yeah, dude.
Kelsey
So-
Grammer's a
yeah.
fucking legend.
Yeah.
Honestly,
I'm just
cast
gonna say
Kelsey
this.
Grammer as Boo in the live action. Just saying is all.
Yeah, he was a good beast too.
He was,
was
a
a great
great
beast.
beast.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, he was a fantastic beast.
Yeah.
yeah.
Anyway,
X-Men.
X-Men.
We love it.
This is an X-Men podcast now, starting today. Okay.
He's 10 out of 10 with that sound effect.
Yeah.
The best. Okay, so in this moment, again, I know it's Gotenk's move, but as I'm watching Boo shoot out the like globs and like the using Gotenk's like ghost moves, I'm like, once again, I have to say, I think Cell was the better villain. His moves were scarier. These are silly moves. Globs of his belly are like absorbing people versus the tail that was like,
Yeah.
or like hose and pulling people up.
Sucked you up. Yeah.
But
Much scarier.
that's why like the show kind of stopped after this season, right?
Yeah.
Because we all knew that it kind of peaked.
Yep, agreed.
Already.
Okay, so Fraser Crane versus Gohan is occurring right now, okay? He's holding a lifeless Gohan in his hands, and he says, this is goodbye, because he just, like, pummeled him. And then the dog comes out of nowhere and starts barking angrily at Boo, which is important, because Boo then goes to kill the dog.
Yeah.
Which is out of character, because, like, I guess little baby Boo is all locked up inside there. And Mr. Satan turns around and attacks Boo, which is wild for him. That dog makes
Suicide.
Mr. Satan just do crazy shit.
Yeah. Commit suicide, essentially.
Legitimate. That was a kamikaze. Yeah.
Except it works because it's just long enough for Gohan to wake up and save everyone. And he's like super OP. Like he's like clobbering a hole into the ground. And at this point, I'm like, okay, this is like dope, refreshing to have like good hand-to-hand combat. And now also we've changed the scene. We're like in the ground in a cave.
Yeah.
Which is kind of cool. Okay, Satan's got a gun. I don't know where he got that for some reason.
Of course he has a gun.
Yeah. And also another ridiculous thing for no apparent reason at all. Tien makes a triumphant return.
Yeah, dude.
To do nothing.
Well,
Well, he
the
helps.
Z fighters are back.
He
dog.
He can't
Come
do
on.
shit though.
Yeah. well,
They're there for moral support.
I
They've
guess
always
so.
been there for moral
we
support.
also know that he's going to play a little part.
Yeah.
A very small part.
I forget.
Coming up.
Anytime,
Okay.
anytime the
We'll get to
Z
it.
fighters are back together, it's always about literally buying time.
Yeah.
For like Goku and
Yeah.
Vegeta
Yeah.
to make their way from defeating
Yeah.
one enemy to go defeating the ones that they're fighting.
Or to lend a little bit of power or
Yeah.
a little bit of extra energy to help
Yeah.
power up a super big attack or something like
Yeah.
that. You know?
A way of buying time and lending a little bit of extra length to really like draw out and drag
pad
out
out
the
an
show.
episode.
Yeah.
Yes, dude.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
We agree. Okay, so the old ass pervert Kai ends up like giving his life so Goku can come back because Goku's dead, right?
Of course.
Still, this
of
whole
course
time?
Goku's dead.
This whole time.
It's Dragon Ball Z. Goku's
Yeah.
dead.
Yeah.
And I'm like, is this even a thing people can do? I guess maybe because he's a Kai, he has that ability to like give
Yeah.
up his life
They're-
and trade.
They're verging on God level
Yeah.
powers,
Yeah.
the Kais, right?
Okay.
So
And then he goes, okay, time for me to check out, dies, and then just immediately reappears alive again, but now with a halo.
Yeah.
Didn't even go, I guess there are places in the afterlife already.
it's
Yeah.
outside of the plane of life
Yeah.
and death, right? So yeah, they don't have to go through the whole process of
very
leaving
fucking
the realm
confusing.
of the living.
It's
Yeah.
very confusing.
No, it's not.
No.
It's a little confusing.
It's like pocket dimensions. Just think of them all as pocket dimensions.
It's multiverse, bro.
Multiverse. No, not even multiverse. Because this is multiverse that different timelines happen, but this is all in the same timeline.
What the fuck are you even saying, Mikey? Oh my god. Okay, so
Okay, you know what? You know what's a good analogy about fucking the Kais?
what is it? Is apple pie?
No. Shut the fuck up. You can eat my apple pie.
Oh my god.
Go fucking apple pie.
Wow.
No. So the Kais are kind of like Green Lanterns, right? So there's each world has a Green Lantern that helps protect them,
Okay.
right? And then they all have superpowers, but they're not like completely gods, but they are godlike because of their superpowers.
Okay. Cool. I got that.
Yeah.
Nice.
Nice.
Thank you.
Nice.
We're
See, it's not just about
Wow.
X-Men, bitches. DC's in the house.
People are gonna hate that sound.
Yeah.
Okay.
We're gonna hate this episode.
The dead old. I hate this episode. The dead old pervert Kai, now with a halo, gives Goku these earrings and goes, "Oh, you can fuse with these. You don't have to do the dance." And so he goes, "Oh, and it's like stronger than regular fusion." And they're like, "Cool, sick, amazing." He goes, "Oh, but by the way, it's permanent. If you fuse this way, you don't come back." And then out of nowhere, like Vegeta comes out of nowhere because he just got a free pass.
Yep.
Like the otherworld, what the fuck is his name? Who runs the otherworld?
Oh,
He's just
I
like,
don't remember.
get in
Yeah.
there, man.
Yeah.
Go
King
get
Yama?
him. Yeah.
Yeah.
King Yama?
Is it him?
Wait, which I'm trying to think. What does he look like?
The big guy. No, I don't even know. Someone gives Vegeta a pass. They're just like, yeah, you can go.
Yeah, because I think Vegeta shows up in the afterlife.
Yeah.
And then, the guy who's running the show passes him through.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
So he's back, and he goes, "Oh, you must be in real trouble to turn to a bad guy like me." And I think part of it is because they want to fuse the two of them together.
Of course.
Because what is it? Goku is too big.
No, they're not strong enough.
Goku and Gohan can't fuse for some reason. Is that correct?
Oh yeah, they can't fuse because they're not the same size.
Right. Which is why they need Vegeta because he's a little guy.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. And once again, by the way, I might add, it's Demolition Man.
No, it's not.
Yeah, you got to bring the criminal back.
Yeah.
Because he's the only one that can take out the bad guy.
No, because in Demolition Man,
Yeah.
you have only the one guy. Where here you're bringing the bad guy back
To fuse.
with the good guy. In Demolition Man, there was no fusing.
No, you're right. You're right.
Yeah.
It's totally not Demolition Man. Okay.
Moving on.
Okay. So Goku is like, I guess, buying time while the like fusion conversation is happening with the earrings and whatever. He slices Boo in half with a Destructo disc, which is sad that I know the names of all the old moves now.
Sad.
I
Was it
mean,
great.
It's cool.
Yeah, and
That's
which
cool,
is,
man. You're cooler to me now.
Thanks. Destructive Disc made me cool. I'm gonna get a T-shirt with that on it. He slices Boo in half, but nobody thought this was gonna be it. Nobody's like, "Oh, he got him sick. It's over." That's not the case. They're trying to fuse. Meanwhile, while this battle's all happening, and Gohan drops the earring. And again, nobody really thought they were gonna merge forever, anyways. And in my head, I'm like, okay, well, like either they're gonna like not merge because he dropped the earring, or they're gonna merge and figure out a way to unmerge. Spoiler alert: they do.
Yeah.
Of course. Goku turns Super Saiyan or some form of it, and meanwhile we're like all of a sudden inside Boo, and this is when we get the Gotenks split. And as soon as Gotenks splits, Boo becomes less powerful because now instead of having Gotenks power, he has Gohan and Trunks or Goten and Trunks power separately, which is less than the fused power. It's all very complicated.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A lot of power levels just shifting all over the place. But
Yeah. Exactly. Okay, so then he absorbs Gohan and he becomes powerful again. So he's like, oh no, they split it. It's again power level shifting, people getting absorbed, people getting released. It's a crazy situation. Now Gohan's inside, so now Goku's like, okay, well, like I gotta figure out this fusion shit. Who am I gonna merge with? He's like imagining, and he ends up choosing Mr. Satan. I'm like, no, come on, what? And then, wait, what's that? And then Vegeta shows up, and he's like, no, it's going to be me. But then Vegeta's like, no, obviously, I'm not interested in fusion. I don't need that. I'll just beat him on my own.
Yeah.
And Goku gets like super angry and is giving it to Vegeta, like, you selfish son of a bitch. We need to get fucking fuse and get this guy. And Vegeta's finally, okay, fine. And again, this should have been like probably the hypest moment in the entire show, Goku and Vegeta.
Fusing?
Fusing, yeah.
Right?
As a kid, it basically was.
Okay.
Yeah.
I didn't, I think they hyped me out. I think I'm hyped out.
Yeah?
Nothing's hype anymore. They reach peak hype.
No.
It's like when I used to smoke weed and I'd like get so high that I'm still smoking. I'm not getting any more high.
Yeah.
It was like that at this point.
Really?
Yeah.
I don't know, man. I had so much fun watching that happen.
Yeah.
See, it's all about seeing how their forms unfold, right?
Yeah.
Like what the new character design is going to look like.
Yeah.
That's what was hype about it.
Okay. I think there's just too many of them. It happened too often that it lost the flair for me.
I just think to see the two like biggest rivals
Yeah.
that I could possibly think of as a small child in
Yeah.
any form of media, Goku and Vegeta,
Yeah.
to become one entity
Yeah.
and then watch that yin and yang exist and then operate and fight. It just seemed like
Yeah, next
incredible.
level shit.
It's insane. Like that's the best thing possible.
I guess so. I'm not a child,
Yeah. Well,
so it is what it was.
that's your loss.
Yeah.
I guess so. I don't know. Pretty cool adult though. Okay, so now
Debatable.
Vegeta.
Debatable.
Now we get Vegito, and Vegito's fighting Boo. Vegito's dominating Boo. Obviously, we knew this
Yeah.
is how this was going to happen out of the gate. Then Boo powers up with like a planet-destroying attack he's planning, and Vegito just like boots it into space.
Yeah.
Boop, gone. Vegito then screams his way into Super Saiyan, of course. Now we have Super Saiyan Vegito.
Yeah.
And it legit kind of just looked like Super Saiyan Goku. I'm sure you guys caught a lot of nuances, but for me, I was like, it doesn't look.
To be honest, some of the nuances leave, especially when he goes Super Saiyan.
Yeah.
Because when he's not Super Saiyan, he's got the one lock or like the one bang kind of thing chilling there.
Yeah.
But yeah, once the hair gets blown back, it's
Yeah.
like, okay, it's basically just Goku.
I love how one bang and you're like, whoa.
Yeah, it's like
shit.
You pick it out as a kid, man.
Yeah.
You cling to shit like that.
All right.
yeah. It's it's Goku, but like angry Goku.
Yeah. Angry, cocky Goku.
Yeah. So Super Saiyan Vegito looks like he got him. He like attacked him. I don't remember how. It looks like he got him. And then the universe is saved, we think. But then I'm like, no, there's still a lot of episodes left.
Yeah.
Which kind of ruins it for me to be seeing the list. As I'm watching, I'm like, okay, of course not. So Boo then once again does his liquefy thing, liquefies himself, dives into Vegito's mouth. So now Vegito is beating himself up, like just punching himself. And then Boo pukes himself out of Vegito's body because he's getting beat up in there. He's like, no, this isn't cool. I'm going to lose this way.
Yeah.
He barfs himself out. And again, I'm kind of getting annoyed at how many times Boo's getting his ass kicked and killed and not killed.
Yeah.
So many times. We're like at like 6 times now.
8 different forms of Boo.
Yeah.
And multiple
6 different deaths and rebirths.
It's so much. Yeah.
So just that's how powerful he is. This is the
Wow,
great thing
he's
about.
so powerful.
But that's
it's
the
so
thing
fun to watch.
But that's the thing about villains. Anytime you have a villain, it's the villains that are always getting ganged up on.
Yeah.
Right? Like, there's no one that can just take out a villain, like, one-on-one. Like, unless you're Superman. And then even Superman is just kind of, like, irrelevant and OP because he's just Superman.
I don't love Superman either.
Yeah.
I think for my mentality, I think it's just a less is more. It would do better for me. But again, that's not the show we're talking about.
No. More is more.
Okay, so where are we here?
But I would like more is more, but with less colors. But no,
What?
that only works in the Super Series.
You don't like the colors.
I think they just cop out with their design.
Yeah.
I think they could do more.
Now this one's
design.
blue.
Yeah, that's exactly what happens.
Yeah.
That's exactly what happens.
All right, sick. Okay, so Vegito gets turned into a coffee candy.
Yeah.
And Boo goes, in your face, you big dumb idiot. But the coffee candy is still sentient and strong as ever.
Powerful.
And this is probably the dumbest fight scene in the whole show.
Yeah, dude.
For like a minute.
Yeah.
Boo versus a coffee candy Vegito.
Yeah.
Vegito intentionally gets himself absorbed on purpose, but like builds a barrier at the last minute. And so I don't remember what happens, how that works out, but Vegito and Goku unfuse inside Boo.
Yeah.
Yeah. Boo doesn't get the absorption power of Vegito, like
Because the barrier.
because they created the barrier and then they defuse inside. Yeah.
A lot of plot armor.
Yeah.
Yeah.
See how I'm learning?
Yep.
Cool. Okay.
That was
so,
actually one of the coolest scenes when they were
inside of
inside
him?
Boo. Yeah.
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 I did like that one a lot.
Okay, so they're unfused, which we all knew was going to happen. You know what I mean? But except we thought they were supposed to be fused forever because they used the earring. You know what I mean? They don't really explain this. They didn't even need to necessarily. I guess when they got absorbed, that changes it. Like when you're inside of somebody, the rules are different.
Yep.
I guess.
Okay, cool.
Yeah. It's like digestive systems. It's splitting you apart with acid. That's not actually how it works. But
Boo's got magic stomach acid. Okay. So we find all the other absorbed friends who haven't been dissolved by the stomach acid.
Yes.
And we start tearing them out, and Boo's getting weaker and weaker and weaker. And Boo now, Steve Austin Boo, is inside himself, which is some weird paradox level shit. I don't understand how that's even happening because Steve Austin Boo didn't get absorbed by this Boo. I don't know. It doesn't really matter. We also find Baby Boo in there. Vegeta rips him out, and then Boo starts losing it. Everyone gets out and back to normal. Boo transformed now into, I guess, the final form.
Kid Boo.
Krillin Boo.
Kid Boo.
Kid Boo.
And everyone's underestimating him because he looks littler. He looks less, less intense. Okay, fuck, dude. There's so many notes. This is fucking insane. Okay, so Boo absorbed. I guess, is this a flashback? The Kais fought back? No. Boo absorbed the Grand Supreme Kai. When did that happen? And becomes Baby Boo?
Oh, I don't remember that one.
I don't know. But anyways, the Kais explain that by absorbing Grand Supreme Kai, that actually dilutes his strength. Because while he's super strong, he's also so virtuous that it actually makes him less violent and less angry. Which is like, how come that didn't happen How come the virtue of all the other people he absorbed didn't affect him?
Because they're not virtuous enough.
It's not a Kai.
Is it only the Kai's virtue affects it?
Yeah.
Otherwise, it's just strength?
The Kais are very powerful, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess so, man. It's
They're
a lot
like
of reaching,
they're
a lot
like
of stretching.
magical beings.
Yeah.
Are you shocked by the reaching and stretching that
No,
Dragon
it's just
Ball
a
Z is
lot of
doing
it,
on
man.
season 9?
I'm not shocked. It's just a fucking
Dude,
lot,
get
man.
used to it, bro.
I'm just going to point
You
out
had
every
9
single one.
seasons to
Yeah.
get used to this.
Oh, I know.
Okay, well, stop with the shock and awe.
It's not shock and awe. It's just pointing every single one out because it brings me joy.
'Cause you were
to
shocked
find the
and in
holes.
awe?
Yeah, I was actually. In shock and awe. Okay, so we find out that the Krillin Boo, the like, what do you, Kid Boo?
Kid Boo.
Kid Boo is pure evil and peak power. He's like the ultimate Boo. We find that out.
Yeah.
So that Boo destroys the Earth because Vegeta moused off to him.
Classic.
Literally, my note says the word classic in brackets. I'm not even lying, dude. It's the best. Okay.
Yeah.
And then in this moment, Goku saves Vegeta, Dende, and Mr. Satan with instant transmission.
Yeah.
And everyone else is also okay because the Dragon Balls will bring everyone back. So
Of course.
No big deal.
That's
Of
not
course.
real.
We're all good. Yeah, and at this, I have a stupid note. I was like, at least Aladdin's genie had like some rules. You know what I mean?
Well,
Because the dragon once upon a time also had rules.
I will.
Yes.
Okay, here's the thing.
But that's loose rules.
Spoiler alert. Okay,
Yeah, okay.
there is an entire series of Dragon Ball.
Yeah.
That basically hinges around the fact that at a certain point,
Yeah.
the dragon's like, y'all been fucking around
Yeah, yeah.
for too long.
Yeah.
And now it's punishment time.
Yeah.
Okay.
There's literally an entire Dragon Ball series that starts off like that.
I could have used that in like season 4.
I know. I'm just saying. I'm just saying they realize it at a certain point as well and
Yeah.
address it narratively in a massive way.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
When they think of the Dragon Balls, Dende says something stupid like, I can't believe I didn't think about it before. I'm like, dude, your people made them. How did you not think about that?
Yeah.
And then the old Supreme Kai is like, no, only the Namekians were allowed to use them. It's actually against the rules for Earth to even have them. And Goku's like, don't worry, I'll like snap some sexy pictures of Bulma and I'll get in real close for you and it's all going to be okay. And he's like, oh, okay, actually that works out for me.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he says this for the first
Yeah.
time also in front of Vegeta, who's like, dude, use your own wife.
Yeah.
He's like, no, she's not that sexy.
She's also an egg who got stepped on.
Yeah, some ridiculous shit happening right here.
But that guy is like the new Master Roshi.
Roshi, yeah.
Pretty much, yeah.
Right, like
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Lecherous.
Yeah,
Uh-huh.
yeah, he's Kai Roshi. Okay, so Kid Buu is somehow ends up in the other world, and now he's fighting dead people. Krillin, King Kai, other dead people, and he's lured away to the Supreme Kai world, which is like otherworld adjacent. We're establishing. And there's this like massive Buu and Goku stare down, and the world is like losing and regaining color and coming apart, and like shit's getting crazy. I'm like, okay, like this is what we wanted a few seasons ago. We're getting it now. Meanwhile, Satan's like fumbling through it all, and I'm like, oh, he's the new Bulma. He's just fumbling his way through shit over and over again.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
100%, dude.
And while that's all happening,
Yeah.
Vegeta's just kind of like standing around. And so finally, Buu versus Goku are fighting. Goku ends up in Super Saiyan 3, and he can't keep up. So his answer is like, I'm just going to have to max out. And he maxed out, and he's toast.
Yeah.
Like, that's the end to him, we think, right? But
It essentially doesn't work.
yeah,
Yeah.
it doesn't work. Okay, so then Vegeta has to step in. And actually, we find out that Goku's actually fine. So he's back in action. And Vegeta's like internally admitting while all this is happening that like, oh, Goku's definitely stronger than me. And he's the only one that can win. And while this is happening, there's like emotional music. And we're flashing back. We get like a flashback montage of all these like cute Goku and Vegeta moments of them like beating each other out and stuff.
Yeah, man.
Super cute.
Yeah, dude. Love it.
Yeah, and so basically what happens is Vegeta needs to buy 60 seconds, 1 minute, so Goku can power back up again. And I'm like, oh, they're going to make this last like 2-3 episodes for sure. I get it, for sure they are. I'm not sure if they did, but that was my thought. And then Vegeta ends up getting killed.
yeah.
While Goku's screaming, don't give up, Vegeta. And who steps in? It's fucking Satan. And he's dodging attacks like crazy, not because he's powerful, but because he's a fucking coward. And he's running around screaming like an idiot.
Again, Toriyama just weaving in the
Yeah.
goofy shit out
Yeah.
of nowhere.
Out of nowhere. And then Fat Baby Boo is back. And so we get Boo versus Boo again. A fucking million one-on-one battles in
I
this
know, man.
season, dude. It's crazy. We're getting there, guys. Thank you for bearing
You
with
can
us.
see now why the general like fan base was like, this is spiraling.
Yeah, dude. I don't. How do you write this?
desperately.
Yeah.
Like, man.
But you got to understand too. This is at a time where serialized anime was so big.
Yeah.
And not to mention, like, they're trying to hold on to a thing that, at the time, was like a few seasons ago was doing so well and was making them so much money.
Yeah.
And was starting to fall off now.
Yeah.
Right. And so they're just trying to like reel people back in, but there's nothing that they're reeling them in with.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, like, I mean, the only reason why Dragon Ball is so big again now,
Yeah.
I think, is because of Super, right? Because there was an entire other series,
Yeah.
GT,
Yeah.
that like isn't technically canon, but this is where I was talking about like the line, like the multiverse splitting in two.
Yeah.
Right. That like it has its own thing, and some parts of it is really fucking cool.
Sure.
But it just
They're just admitting they lost you, basically.
pretty much.
Yeah, and they're like, we're just gonna keep going. Stick with it if you want.
Well, I don't know structurally like how it worked out in the end because like obviously Toriyama like wrote the manga how he saw fit and he ended it. I guess when the publishers said like, "Hey, you're done on this day, wrap it up by this day,"
Yeah,
and I guess he
"All right."
just did what he did,
yeah.
and then they adapted what he did.
Yeah.
Kind of reminds me of Lost, where like we don't know when we're gonna get canceled, so we're just gonna keep writing down this spiral,
That's
writing.
That's the thing.
And then in the end, they're like, "You got one season left." He's like, "Okay, it was God and the Devil." All
That's how most serialized animes
Yeah.
end up wrapping up is they get told you're done, wrap it up.
along." Yeah,
Yeah. And which is unfortunate because I feel like good writing always has their ending kind of planned out beforehand.
You hope so.
Right? Like,
You hope
know
so.
what I mean?
Unless you're like that talented that you can pull it out of your ass.
Yeah.
But I feel like sometimes you've written yourself into a hole where like pulling out of your ass isn't gonna cut it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because that's the thing. Like, even if you have to do a serialized anime and you're just constantly writing, these seasons after seasons, at least you have the final seasons already written for you.
Yeah.
Pre-written, and you know how good it's going to be.
Yeah.
Right? Because all the other stuff is just candy.
I hear you, dude.
Yeah.
Speaking of coffee candy,
Yeah.
Goku can't power up. He's like not able to do it in this moment. We're back on plot now.
Yeah.
And he ends up losing all his power. And he's like, fuck. Vegeta, like, what's going on? And Vegeta, I guess he's not quite dead yet. And he, like, demands that Dende and the Kais, like, get the Dragon Ball. He's like, now's the time, guys. It's now. And so I guess they do. And they first wish is restore Earth. So Earth's back together. Second one's a fucking Hail Mary, dude. Reset all the death from the World Martial Arts Tournament. And after.
Yeah.
And Purunga's like, no, I can only do one person at a time. You know what I mean? And I'm like, how did they even forget this? Or I'm thinking this. And they're like, oh, never mind. They actually fixed that. That's not a rule anymore. They can just not do that. Okay. So everyone's back now, and Vegeta has this like massive speech to all Earthlings, which is crazy because he's not an Earthling, and doesn't give a fuck deep down inside, or maybe does deep down inside.
Yeah.
Deep down.
Yeah.
How many
I
pocket
mean-
dimensions deep does he give a fuck?
Well, I mean, Bulma's a human, so.
And so basically, his speech is like, we're gonna do a spirit bomb, and we need everyone's energy, the whole world. Like everyone give your energy in, you know what I mean? And no one's listening to him until they hear Mr. Satan chime in and is like, no, you gotta listen to this guy.
Yeah.
And they're all chanting the entire Earth, Satan.
And now you know why Tien came back.
Yeah, to lend his
Yeah.
power.
That's it.
Yeah.
He was really the clincher.
Yep.
Yeah.
Without him,
Without Tien's third eye power,
Yeah.
they would have been fucked.
shit, that spirit bomb would have sucked.
Sucked ass.
Damn.
Yep.
Okay, so the spirit bomb is finally ready. And Boo's kind of using Vegeta as like a human shield of sorts, but Mr. Satan once again saves him. So nobody has to die. Goku apparently is like not strong enough to handle it. Because he wasn't able to power up, right? So he's like just kind of regular Goku, which is still the strongest guy in the world.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But he can't carry this like earth wielding spirit bomb. And so the last wish is for Purunga to strengthen and heal Goku, which works. And they got him.
Yeah.
And then we get world peace. Literally, they say it's world peace. Even Boo, who is now boxing for ice cream money. We now have 2 Saiyamans,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
And we get a party, and the narrator even says, Goku truly is number 1. Which made me fucking laugh really hard. And yeah. Oh, and Goku who's this? He sees this kid or something like that, and he's like, "Oh, I don't, to be honest, like you were born when I was dead in the underworld." Everyone laughs like that's a punchline at the party. It's fucking bonkers, dude. Okay, so then we get something called the epilogue arc, which like I guess we didn't need, but they're gonna give it to us anyways.
Yes.
So 10 years has passed.
Yes.
Mr. Satan, of course, is the hero, of course.
Yeah.
And everyone's aged except Vegeta and Goku, which makes sense because I guess Saiyans don't age.
Yeah.
And we meet a new character named Pen, who is Gohan and Videl's daughter.
That's right,
Because I
dude.
guess they fucking got it on.
Yeah, man.
So
you
respect.
met Pan, dude.
Yeah.
That's a
Yeah.
fucking big character.
Is that a big character?
She's a big character.
She's a big
dude.
character
Yeah.
now, yeah.
She's major.
Okay.
Yeah.
Not yet, but
No,
maybe later.
exactly. Yeah.
Okay,
yeah.
so there's another World Martial Arts Tournament.
Yes.
Okay, and then so Trunks and Goten and Pan and Goku and Vegeta have all signed up.
Yeah.
And Goku says like, yeah, of course we'll throw the last match for you. I don't remember who that is for. Pan, Trunks, Goten, I don't remember. He's talking, but even now he's like, no, we'll throw the match. Don't worry. It's just the
Yeah.
World Martial Arts Tournament.
Yeah.
No big deal. Okay, so there's like a random group of fighters alongside our team, including Boo, some kids, a guy dressed like a chicken, and like one guy who clearly is a member of the Village People. and Goku saying like,
Which one of you fucking young listeners know who the Village
yeah,
People
we should add up all the old ass
That's
like
fucking
senior
References
citizen
that you're
references.
making.
Okay,
Yeah.
so we're almost done. Okay, so there's some new fighter, and Goku and Vegeta are both talking. They heard there's some new fighter.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is this who you're talking about?
Yeah.
Okay.
yeah,
Okay.
That's what I
Okay.
was talking about earlier.
So Goku apparently, this is what happened. Goku wished for Boo to be reincarnated as a good guy
Yeah.
for another fight.
Yeah.
And there's this fighter named Oob,
Boob. Fuck yeah, dude.
which is what backwards?
I don't know.
It's Boo backwards.
Boo.
Oh my god!
Did you not ever guess it?
You didn't get that?
Obviously, I fucking got it, Mikey. Jesus Christ, dude.
Well, the way that you reacted actually sold me on it.
Yeah, because I'm a good fucking actor, dude.
Okay, so they fight. Goku
Yeah.
Goku like has real Boo use his magic to switch the numbers so he can get matched up with Oob.
Yeah.
So they have this big fight, and he's like not strong, and so he's trying to bring the anger out in Oob, and he's like chirping him, and he's saying stupid shit like your mom's a dingleberry, and your dad's a bedwetter. I'm watching the dub, by the way.
Yeah, that's why.
Yeah,
Okay,
that's,
why is it better insults in the sub?
Probably.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go with maybe not though.
Probably.
You shouldn't be giving your judgment on that.
It's
dub
on brand
watcher.
for Goku to say some dumb shit like that though.
in the dub.
Okay. Anyway, so the kid's not strong enough at all, and Goku's like, okay, well, like instead of finishing the World Martial Arts Tournament, I'm just gonna go and live with this kid in his village and train him. Bye.
Yep. By multiple children and
Yeah.
grandchild.
Yeah. Who I haven't seen in a long time and was dead for most of your life, and maybe just kind of got back.
Hey, Chi-Chi, you're no longer a stepped-on egg.
Yeah.
Bye.
Not to mention also his granddaughter, who also is super strong and needs training, is crying.
Yep.
Why don't you train me? And he's like, I'm gonna go.
Stranger.
I'm gonna go.
Stranger. This is a strange kid.
I'm gonna go.
Because I see the potential in him actually being a good fight.
Yeah, that's exactly it.
Yeah, right. Exactly.
And
Fucking
he
Goku.
explains it. He's like, no, I have to train the kid to keep the Earth safe. Because he's going to be the only kid who's going to be able to protect the Earth.
Sure.
But really, we all
Well,
know the
yeah.
reason why.
yeah.
And that's the fucking end, man.
That's the end of Dragon Ball Z, dog.
That's the fucking end.
That is it, man.
I'm going to say, you're going to vehement... You're gonna vehemently disagree with my take on this, but
Yeah.
watching you recount that felt like you kind of had some fun with this one.
I had fun
Yeah,
talking about it.
actually.
And
There were some moments though I feel like in this season where like
You kind of
Yeah.
got giddy.
you kind of got a little bit like you felt the magic maybe a
Yeah.
few times this season.
I think so. There's an energy of it coming to an end.
Yeah.
That was undeniable.
The finality of it
I
all.
will say that like that came with its own baggage.
Sure.
Like there was an element of drawing it out that was
Yeah.
so heavy-handed.
It's rough, yeah.
There's an element of like nothing really is exciting or new anymore. It's all stuff I've seen before. You know what I mean? There was an element of like, okay, I'm seeing like fusion characters, but there's nothing really new to digest as far as plot or
Yeah.
character growth. you see what I'm saying?
People are leveling up, leveling down,
Yeah.
absorbing, not
Yeah.
absorbing.
Yeah.
And then all that's really changing is the skin on the characters.
Pretty much, yeah.
Yeah.
And again, even the fights, it's like just like reconfigurations of like the same shit. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? So that it's hard to score that way. Do you know what I mean?
course.
It's hard.
I don't think that this is a very good Dragon Ball Z season.
Yeah.
But I will say that, like you said at the beginning of the podcast, there's something about endings, man. There's
Yeah.
just some energy about it that, like, it is for all the marbles, man. You cannot deny the stakes have been raised and set.
Yeah.
And all that's left now is for the fucking
Yeah.
pins to fall, man. There's
Yeah.
something exciting about that.
Sure, yeah.
No matter what.
So like I'll say like you're right. There were fun moments, some big moments, some cool moments. But again, like I didn't stick with me. Like the day after finishing this,
Yeah.
I didn't think about it again until today.
Right.
Not once.
Yeah.
You know, the great thing about DBZ is that death isn't real. So we also have Dragon Ball Super,
Okay.
the movies.
Oh my god. These balloons are actually
GT.
Dragon Balls, and we're gonna
Yeah.
bring it all back to life now that it's
Each
done.
one represents one of Goku's hair colors in the
Yeah.
upcoming season.
Sick.
Actually, we're not far off right now.
But yeah,
Yeah.
dude, you know what? There's
Fuck, we did it, eh?
there's
did it.
I think there's still some exciting stuff to come in this realm. But we're gonna give you a nice sizable break, obviously.
Yeah.
Thanks.
It's only fair.
I mean,
Oh,
we've been
mercy.
giving you sizable breaks.
That's true. I
We're also
appreciate
gonna
it.
give our Schweebs a break.
Yeah.
Thank
You
you
guys are the
Yeah,
real
I-
heroes.
Thank you for
for real.
sticking. If you guys have watched every one of our Dragon Ball Z episodes, holy shit, thank you. That's
Yeah.
fucking, that's
Yeah,
crazy.
That's
Yeah.
an accomplishment. There
That's
should
crazy.
be like an achievement, like a reward.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That we need to give out.
PlayStation
like
achievement.
PlayStation achievements.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly, dude. Yeah.
You can. It's a new hair color or skin you can add to your character
Yeah.
that you like.
You want to give a final rating there, Jordy?
Of the whole show?
No, of this season, and then sure. If you
Yeah.
want to do of the whole show of Dragon Ball Z as a whole, give me this season though.
The season I'm giving a 5.
Nice, dude. That's pretty high, I think, for Dragon Ball.
I think
That's
so
actually
for
pretty
me.
high for you for Dragon Ball.
And
it-
how about the show?
Let me just add on that 5 that I didn't have 5 written
Okay.
until the end of today.
Nice, like
but you're
that.
right. Recounting it and remembering it and thinking about the end today was kind of fun.
Yeah. Yeah, I could tell.
Yeah.
I could feel it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The whole show, I mean, lower than 5. Like I was gonna say 3, 4, so let's call it 3.5 total. I really felt like I slogged my way through this fucking show for the
Yeah,
most
dude.
part.
Yeah.
I think you missed the boat by about
20
25 years.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I'd say
something
so.
like that.
I'd say
Yeah.
so. A couple of gray hairs too many.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, and
Is there a gray hair Goku, like an old ass?
there
kind
is
of.
there's silver hair.
Silver. Yeah.
All right, that's
But
me,
yeah, but
silver
I
hair
mean,
Goku.
I honestly wonder how you would have received Dragon Ball Z
As a kid.
as a kid, and also not even just as a kid, but like those days when you used to backyard wrestle,
Oh yeah.
right? Because back then, like, you know, you're feeling more aggressive. You're feeling like you want to, you know, beat up stuff because it's fun.
Yeah.
Right. Like, so that kind of transfers over, right?
Yeah, and I mean, like, there's shows that are like kind of similar that are nostalgic for me that I loved, like in that time of my life. Like a huge Samurai Jack fan.
Yes.
And like,
awesome.
if you were
Love
gonna put Samurai Jack in my lap right now as a grown man, I don't know if I
It's-
would love it.
Yeah, it's a much harder watch now because of the pacing.
Yeah.
Like I rewatched it,
Yeah.
but like it was a good thing for the time.
But interesting. It's an interesting thought experiment to think of how I would have digested this at different times in my life.
Yes.
Unfortunately, I digested it at this time of my life, and due to reasons,
Yeah.
it scored the way it scored.
Yeah. What about you, Jay?
Season, I'll give a 7. The show overall, 9. 9 out of 10.
Yeah.
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 I think that might be one of the lowest season scores for you.
What?
No, not at all.
I think you were all 9s and 8s, and
Me?
No.
I guess there were some seasons that were really bad.
Oh, you're talking about just Dragon Ball Z.
Yeah.
Oh,
No.
season score.
Season by season, like, I
Season by
think
score, 7's a little on the lower side.
Yeah.
That's what I mean.
Because yeah, like I said, it's not the best season. It
Yeah.
spirals, a little convoluted. It's a little all over the place, but
Yeah.
it still manages some points because it's finality. I like
Yeah.
it. Yeah. How about you, Mikey?
Yeah, I'm the same. 7.
7, and
Solid
then
7 for the whole thing. Not for the whole thing, for the season.
yeah,
And then I'm gonna give it an 8. An 8 for the whole thing.
8 out of 10?
Yeah, 8.5.
Ah, there it is.
Nah, it's either.
Classic,
Yeah.
as is tradition.
Yeah.
Nice. All right,
You know,
guys.
yeah, but you know what is also tradition? Liking and subscribing to
I,
us.
I hear.
Yeah.
I hear that it's not as big a tradition as it should be.
Yeah. Yeah. Like we don't really think about it
Yeah, and then you
until like
forget-
way later
Yeah.
these days.
Like all of you
Yeah.
not subscribing.
But yeah. Like and subscribe. Tell a friend. Really
Yeah.
help us out. Hope you like our podcast.
Yeah.
and
Thanks,
who knows
guys.
what we're gonna do next?
Yes.
I don't even know.
Oh, I
I
do.
think it's probably Bleach.
I think for the next big one, yeah, it'll be Bleach because we're gonna start. We probably need to start the big 3
Yeah.
because Z isn't part of the big 3.
What?
Yeah,
What's the big 3?
Naruto, One Piece, and Bleach.
One Piece is the scary one, isn't it?
One Piece is the Everest.
What,
Yeah.
well, One Piece we'll never finish watching it
Yeah.
on the podcast. Like
Yeah.
it's
We probably
never
just
gonna
shouldn't
happen.
bother.
No.
Yeah,
I'm watching it right now. I am strategically looking for stuff to skip and not skip, and I'm going to try and curate somewhat of a digestible approach to One Piece.
Cool.
Oh, yeah, you're gonna do that.
Oh, I'm on like episode 30 something right now. I'm approaching Arlong Park, which is like apparently the first real good arc, which I'm stoked for. But like I'm picking and choosing along the way. There's been a lot of skippable content in the first 30 or so episodes of One Piece. I will say
Right
a
on.
lot.
Yeah.
I mean, the first 32 is all canon, right?
I think it's all canon.
Yeah.
Up to as far as I can tell at this point, it's all
there's
all
no
in the
filler.
manga as well.
Yeah.
So.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay, interesting. Because I was gonna just skip the filler for Bleach,
Yeah.
For sure.
except for one specific arc, because it is pretty cool.
Cool.
Yeah.
That's fun.
All right.
Okay.
See you
sick.
then.
Love you guys.
Thanks.
Bye.